Is the Bitcoin correction over? What's next for Bitcoin, guys? Okay, guys, so here we are with another video. So I told you guys in my one of my previous shorts not to panic sell your Bitcoin when Bitcoin hit 57K because we were going to bounce because we are literally after the halving event, guys. Okay, so if this had been like kind of the bear market or something like this, I would have reacted differently. But obviously, I said to you guys, that Bitcoin will recover quickly, and it did. So right now, as we're recording this video, Bitcoin's sitting at about $63,800, and a lot of people panic sold thinking Bitcoin would drop to 55K, 50K. There are a lot of people on YouTube, on X, posting articles, these FUD articles, guys, to get your Bitcoin from your possession and transfer it into their account so they will profit in this upcoming bull run. But if you guys listen to some of the information on my channel, you guys knew that this was just FUD, and even some of you guys had some extra capital to deploy. You guys weren't all in like I am. You guys even bought this dip. So now let's talk a little bit about what Bitcoin is going to do over the next couple of weeks, because usually, there's a lot of FUD that was going on, and a lot of people bought that dip. So what are we going to do next? So let's talk about this. So first off, what we need to talk about is we need to just look at Bitcoin's monthly performance, okay, across the month of May, because there are a lot of people saying like sell in May and go away. That's usually something very popular that happens in the stock market. Okay, it's a very, very popular saying on Wall Street, basically sell in May and then you want to come back into the markets in the fall seasons, like during September, when you can buy a lot of things on cheap and kind of ride that momentum up going into the fall and winter season. So Bitcoin is up historically 17% in May, guys. Okay, so 17% returns historically on average, 17 to 22%. This site I'm using is called BitcoinMonthlyReturn.com. They say about 17%. I believe CoinGlass was a little bit different. It really depends on which period you start tracking the numbers at. But the important thing is that historically Bitcoin has been extremely green. So I expect Bitcoin to be very green in May. So I'm thinking we're probably, because this happened before, the US Bitcoin ETFs, where we dropped from 51K down to 40s and then we ran to 70s. So this time around, I'm expecting we're going to run as well on a lot of that Hong Kong news. Now, let's talk about something very important when it comes to a strategy that you guys can use right now to stack more Bitcoin as Bitcoin's price is kind of just flatline. This is probably your last affordable chance to try to get as much Bitcoin as possible, like under the 70K level. Because if Bitcoin does what I think it's going to do, guys, okay, so Bitcoin is already green in May, okay, so it's already up 5%, okay, so I expect it to continue higher because April was a red month, okay, April, Bitcoin was down almost 15%, 14.94%, and Bitcoin was up 16%. So, Bitcoin will probably pump at least another 10% and will probably be around 70, something like 72, 73, near the all-time high by the end of May. But what is going to happen is I really think that we're going to just kind of like go flat a bit, in like June and July. And then in the summertime, that's where we're going to see an explosion in price. And this is my prediction. And why is that? Simply because historically, May, June, and July are all green months, while historically August and September are red months for Bitcoin. But October, November, and December, especially October and October, are extremely, extremely bullish months for Bitcoin. So I believe Bitcoin will start running closer towards 80 or 90K by the end of July, probably cool off a bit in the end of the summer, like August, September, and then in October, it's going to fly. And this is where we're going to fly well past 125K, 150, and then it's going to just start mooning, basically, okay? So a couple of things that you guys can do to get some more coins, okay? First thing you guys can do, and this is very important for a lot of you guys watching this, especially for some of you guys that are struggling financially. You're going to really need to get rid of all your bad habits, okay? Most of your bad habits, whether it's shopping, drinking, smoking, whatever bad habits you guys have, dating, whatever habits that you guys have that are costing you a ton of money, okay, get rid of them, okay? The second thing that you can do is you can increase the amount of Bitcoin that you purchase on a normal basis. So I recommend in my videos 10% of your income. But right now, because Bitcoin is just about to run, guys, this is the last chance. I really believe that you guys are going to be able to buy it under around 70K or so. Increase your savings rate into Bitcoin for the short run. That's what I would recommend. So instead of 10%, bump that up to 15, 20, 25%. Get your hands on some more sats before the price starts running like crazy, especially by the end of July. I think that'll be the last chance. So by August, that's when Bitcoin will cool off a bit, and then it's going to freaking go ballistic in October. So you still have a window of about 3 to 4 months of reasonable Bitcoin prices before we really take off on this bull run. And to give you guys historical reference, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, all green months for Bitcoin historically. So it's going to fly closer towards like Q3 and Q4. This is still a good time to accumulate. Okay. The third thing I recommend is stay away from FUD articles. We are in the bull run. You always buy dips in the bull run. Okay. All of these articles, all of these naysayers, all of these haters. Okay. A lot of these people are being paid, by suspect third parties to get you out of your Bitcoin. Remember, there's a wealth transfer coming, as the 1% is shifting. So the old 1%, the people that had all of the real estate, all of the bonds, all of the stocks, and now the new 1%, is becoming the 99%. So that pyramid's flipping. So it used to be the 1%, and then the 99% of us are broke. But because of Bitcoin, it's flipping. Now the 99% of us that have Bitcoin will be doing well. And because inflation is going to wipe out a lot of the old wealth that existed. Remember, a lot of the old wealth is backed by the US dollar. If the dollar falls, the whole wealth pyramid collapses. And I hate to say it, but a lot of people are gonna get wiped out simply because they're just holding their money in fragile currency. So with this 21st century money, you guys have an immense opportunity to not only change your life, but change your family's life and anyone else you basically associate with, because Bitcoin, there's only 21 million Bitcoin. And whenever you guys think of panic selling, remember that there's only 21 million Bitcoin, okay? There's over 60, 70 million fiat millionaires. There's literally not enough Bitcoin to even every fiat millionaire can get one. And then you've got all these companies like Block, you've got, MicroStrategy, all of the institutional investors buying thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of coins. The supply shock will come when it'll be almost impossible to get even one Bitcoin. So stack hard, guys. Stay focused. Ignore the FUD. Now, if this were like something like 2026 and people were saying that Bitcoin is going to go down, I would probably agree. But right now, no. We just stack hard right now. So I do believe the correction is over. There's a really interesting article I'm going to reference, a quote by Arthur Hayes. He's one of the first Bitcoin bulls that got started in crypto. I believe he was involved with a crypto exchange he's a former CEO of BitMEX. So he says that there's basically going to be a slower grind. Somewhere going to be trading between 60 and 70K for a while, but that was the Bitcoin local bottom. Okay. So that's what he says, and I agree with him as well. He says, did Bitcoin hit a local low? Yes, I expect prices to bottom, chop, and begin a slower grind higher. So like I said, he just corroborates what I've been telling you guys. Bitcoin, we're still in the bull run. Stack harder. If you guys have any specific questions you want me to answer in my videos, let me know. I'm going to try to upload a little bit more. I am officially going to be moving soon to a much nicer place. So for all you haters out there, they don't like my current background and all that stuff, don't worry about it. It will change pretty soon. So like I said, guys, be sure to smash the subscribe button, like this video as well. You guys can follow me on X at Tariq J. Pierce, or you guys can follow me as well on Facebook, same thing, Tariq J. Pierce. So that's all I got until the next video, guys. Take care.